"You're a joke of a husband," my wife told her friends, so I turned her life into a punchline. I heard my wife's voice cut through the barbecue chatter. I'd walked near the kitchen window when I overheard her. "You guys have no idea," she continued, laughing. "He's clueless. He never does anything right. I'm surprised he can tie his own shoes without help." Her friends erupted in laughter. I stood frozen in the shadows. She didn't stop, openly mocked my job, my ambitions, even my attempts at cooking and home repairs. Things I thought she appreciated had become ammunition for cheap laughs. What stunned me most was how effortless it seemed. Practiced, polished, routine. I stepped back, avoiding being spotted. I returned to the party and acted like nothing happened. She approached me later, oblivious, chatting as though she'd never spoken those words. Deep inside, I'd already made my decision. Days later, her social media was still logged in on our laptop. I clicked through recent conversations, reading her casual cruelty. Message after message painted me as lazy, incompetent, helpless. Every trivial mistake, overcooking dinner, forgetting gas, failing to fix the leaky faucet, had become comic material. Her friends treated it all like entertainment, showering her with approval whenever she mocked me. That's when inspiration struck. If my mistakes were amusing enough for her to build an audience, maybe it was time to reclaim control of my own narrative. I grabbed a notebook and transformed these incidents into brief comic anecdotes. My household failures became hilarious sketches. Her sarcastic comments became sharp punchlines. I found a local comedy club hosting open mic night and signed up anonymously. Standing on stage, I took a deep breath. "Good evening, everyone. I'm married, which means my self-esteem is already hanging by a thread." Instant laughter echoed through the bar. I shared anecdotes from daily life, turning my wife's insults into clever punchlines without ever naming her. My failed home repairs, cooking disasters, the day I flooded half the house trying to fix a faucet. My wife told me, "Next time, just pay someone who actually knows what they're doing," because clearly marrying a handyman wasn't part of the deal. The audience roared. My final story: I cooked those steaks so poorly, my wife told our guests that the dog refused to eat the leftovers. We don't even own a dog. The house came down. Applause rang out. By next morning, the video was viral. Thousands of views overnight. I'd taken ownership of my narrative. My second show, the bar, was packed. Halfway through my set, I saw my wife push through the crowd, heading toward the stage. "You think you're funny?" she shouted sharply, silencing the room. "Making jokes about your marriage in public? That's pathetic. If you're going to humiliate yourself, do it alone. Don't drag me into your pathetic little comedy show." My heart raced, but I felt strange clarity. I calmly raised the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, meet my biggest fan, my wife. As you can see, she's my greatest inspiration." Silent. Then the entire bar erupted in laughter and applause. People cheered, convinced her interruption was part of the act. Her expression changed from anger to complete disbelief. Face bright red, she quickly retreated toward the exit. Within hours, recordings spread online. Comment sections praised me while criticizing her behavior. Friends who'd sided with her suddenly changed their attitudes. My phone filled with supportive messages while hers went silent. The friends who previously laughed with her started distancing themselves. One by one, they reached out privately, apologizing. She attempted one gathering at our home, tried joking about me again. No one laughed. Instead, uncomfortable silence. One friend spoke up. "Those jokes aren't funny anymore. They never really were." Shocked, she watched people quietly leave. She approached me cautiously. "Maybe we could use this comedy thing to our advantage together. I could come to your shows, show people we're good." I shook my head. "That's not going to happen. There's nothing left to fake." A week later, I moved out. She tried reaching out through texts, insisting she'd changed. I never responded.